Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the World Stage 1987 final voting. So, let's start with the first votes from Famicom Guy, with 7 points to Venezuela, 8 points to Finland, 10 points to Portugal, and the 12 points to Luxembourg. Now, Ivanik will give 7 more points to Finland, the 8 points to New Zealand. By the way, thank you for 3 points to Russia, 10 points to the Netherlands, and the 12 points to Portugal. So Portugal is in the lead for 2 voters. Let's see if that will hold. The odds predict that it will. Now, Liv Vemska Livtropo. This is the best I can do. Gives 8 points to New Zealand, 10 points to Singapore, and the 12 points to South Korea. Nebuliosta we just double vote. Brazil and Mali are off 0 points. 8 points to Cabo Verde, also off 0 points. 10 points to Suriname. And the 12 points to the Netherlands. And thank you for 3 points to Russia. Now, Visitor, aka Victor. 7 more points to Finland. Finland is racking up high points. 8 to Singapore. And to Russia. Thank you a lot. And the 12 to Sweden, who are off 0 now. All right. Joe! Exclamation mark. Votes 2. Taking Taiwan of 0. 8 point with 8 more points to Sweden. It is now way higher. 10 to Venezuela. And the 12 to Portugal. So Portugal and Finland are pulling a little bit ahead of everyone else. Your semi results were bad. Well, who can it be but Fireburst? 7 points to Russia. Thank you for that. 8 to Venezuela. 10 to Yugoslavia. And 12 to Brazil. To Finland, 1 to Portugal. Fireburst is not happy with the top 2. Well, not very happy. Yeah, let's see. 7 to Sweden. 8 points to Russia. Thank you. Moving Russia to 3rd. 10 to New Zealand. And 12 points to Finland. Which means Finland is now 3 points in the lead. Italy and Poland are still on 0. Let's see if Josh can change it. 8 points from Josh go to Hong Kong. And 10 points go to South Korea. And the 12 points will go to Singapore. Alex must be happy. Now, Matsu, also from Hong Kong, gives 7 points to Bahrain, 8 to South Korea, 10 points to Taiwan, and the 12 points to Italy. The first 2 points to Italy are 12. And Cesarean section. Yeah. Gives 7 to Brazil, 8 to Latvia. By the way, 4 to Russia. Thank you. 10 to Bahrain. I read your name again. And 12 to Mali. Uh, . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Other issues. This final is too strong. Yes, it is. I agree. 5 to South Korea, which means South Korea is in the lead, at least temporarily. 8 to Venezuela. 10 points to Taiwan. And the 12 to Singapore, which means South Korea is winning. Singapore is fourth. Alex, I need to see your reaction now. Nix. Oh, and 5 points to Poland. Nix. 6 points to Russia. Thank you for that. 8 to Yugoslavia. 10 to Sweden. And 12 to Cabo Verde. Korea is still in the lead. Could it be? Let's see. Morrow. One more point to Korea. And 4 to Singapore, which means I hope someone screenshotted it. Yeah, so Moro gives 8 to Finland, 10 to Portugal, 12 to Russia. Thank you. Moro is very happy with the top three, I can see. Oh, yeah, Monaco is last on 2 points. That is crazy. Jeremy from Scotland, 5 to Singapore, 8 to Switzerland, 10 to Denmark, 12 points to Monaco. Joshua, 7 to Finland, putting it in the lead, 8 to Switzerland, and Latvia, and 12 points to Yugoslavia. The host country getting a 12. Very nice. Now, Bettown. I wonder if we will have an Alphan at some point or Gamman giving 8 points to Sweden, 10 to Singapore, and 12 to Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia getting two 12s in a row. Eric, 7 more points to Finland, 10 to Portugal. Portugal was like tied for the lead, but it has fallen away just a little bit. 10 to Italy, and the 12 points to Venezuela. Groot. Groot will vote 8 to Portugal, 10 to Luxembourg, not a 12. That's surprising. And 12 to South Korea. Andro from Indonesia gives 6 more points to South Korea, which means South Korea is second. 8 to the Netherlands. 10 to New Zealand. And 12 points to Italy. Ultra Disco Panorama. Let's see. 2 to Cabo Verde. 8 to Poland, taking it noticeably higher. I mean, with like in regards to points, 10 to the Faroes and 12 to Suriname. Yeah, these are quite UDP coded points, I would say. Press. Press will vote, giving 7 to Denmark, 8 to Brazil, and points to the United States, and 12 to Portugal, putting it back in the lead. Jeffrey voting, giving 1 point to Cabo Verde, 8 to Monaco, 10 to Switzerland, and the 12 to New Zealand. AJ, 10 to Portugal. 8 more points to Venezuela. It is doing really well. 10 to Brazil. And 12 points to Finland. So Finland is now on 100 points and back in the lead. Ruth's grandma giving 6 more points to Finland. 7 to Switzerland. Switzerland is top 10 now, yes. 8 to the United States. So clearly she does have soul. 10 to Portugal. And the 12 to Cabo Verde. House will give 5 more to Finland, 3 to Poland, 8 to Greece. Clearly not very happy with our bottom right now. 10 to Russia, putting it way higher. Thank you for that. And 12 to Hong Kong. And EFL will give 1 point to Poland, 6 more to Finland. Finland is 15 points in the lead now. 8 to Yugoslavia. Eager rock and roll. 8 to Yugoslavia. 10 to Russia. Thank you. And the 12 to Venezuela. See, which is Zuna's dad, will vote too. Giving 8 to Estonia. 10 to Luxembourg. And 12 to Finland. It is very hard to argue with the votes from someone who shares pretty much the same top 3 as me. Zanoni giving just 1 point to Finland. 8 to Italy. 10 to Netherlands. 12 points to New Zealand. Rodu from Argentina. 4 more to Finland. Finland is almost 30 points in the lead now. And South Korea just reached 100 points, the third song to do so. 8 to Hong Kong, 10 to Venezuela, putting it fourth, which is crazy, but like crazy in a good way. And 12 to Luxembourg. John. John will vote for New Zealand, for Taiwan giving it 8 points, for Portugal giving it 10, shortening the lead between it and Finland, and the 12 to Cabo Verde, putting it on the left side now. TMG. Let's see the votes from TMG. 1 point to Russia. Thank you. 8 to Greece. 10 points to Poland. And the 12 points from TMG will go to Denmark. Yeah. Giving 4 points to Russia. Thank you. 8 to Hong Kong. And to South Korea. South Korea is quite safely third at this moment. 12 to Portugal. So now there is only 1 point to lead for Finland. David, 7 to Taiwan. 8 to Mali. 10 points to Switzerland, putting it back on the left side. And the 12 points to Cabo Verde. Paula, who did not set her flag, but she is from Portugal, giving 7 to Portugal, 8 to Suriname, and to Latvia, and 12 to Cabo Verde. Dr. Seger, giving 3 points to Russia. Thank you. 8 to Cabo Verde, and to Portugal. 12 to Monaco, which was much lower than expected, and 5 to Poland, so there is only 1 point separating the bottom two. Apok, Vanik's sister, also known as, giving 7 to Finland, 8 to Switzerland, and to South Korea, and the 12 to Hong Kong. Up egg, no, make egg. Giving 1 more point to Greece, which is now 26, 8 to Finland, 10 to New Zealand, which really helps its ranking, and 12 to Russia, which really helps its ranking as well. Thank you. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that Cabo Verde is now also in the triple digits club. Yasmin will give 7 points to Yugoslavia, 8 to Italy, and to Poland. So Poland is now higher. I'm not going to count how much higher. 12 to Mali, which is not much higher. Bahrain is lost. And so it happens I have no idea who this is. Sorry. 6 to Finland, 8 to Cabo Verde. Felipe. Oh, it is Felipe, okay. 10 to Brazil. 7 to Russia, by the way, thank you. And 12 to Portugal. Felipe putting Netherlands, Russia, and Singapore on triple digits, and Portugal in the lead. 1 point to Russia, thank you. 8 to Poland, putting it higher again. 10 to Mali, putting it higher again. And 12 points to Hong Kong. Andy, giving 7 points to the Faroes. 8 to Taiwan. Taiwan is on triple digits now. 10 to Cabo Verde. I wonder if those are thirst votes. It's so funny. And 12 to Bahrain. What? Well, that's unexpected, to be honest. Alex will give 3 to Finland, 8 to Sweden, and to Portugal. And the 12 points to Venezuela. Allendale, the host, gives 5 points to the United States, which are no longer last, 8 to Latvia, and to Denmark. 12 points to Cabo Verde, which is now third. Whoa. Krishna's boyfriend. Whoa. 7 to Yugoslavia. 8 to Russia. Well, thank you for that. Even if it is a little bit expected, given that I know his tastes quite well at this point. 10 to Portugal and 12 to Poland. Areas. 1 to Russia. That is still more than I expected, so thank you. 8 to Greece. and to New Zealand, and 12 points to the Netherlands. Now, Aaron, 4 to Russia, thank you. And 7 to Estonia, which moves them above the United States. 8 to Mali, 10 to Bahrain, and 12 to Hong Kong, which is now on triple digits as well. And the 5 points to Faroe Islands from Karen also put them on the triple digits. I forgot to mention that. Korea, let's see, 7 to the United States, 8 to South Korea, 10 points to Russia, and the 12 points will go to Cabo Verde. Now, Ajad giving 6 to Yugoslavia, 8 to Russia. This is unexpected, to be honest. 10 to Estonia, not 12, 10 to Estonia. And 12 to New Zealand. Idan, 5 to Russia, 5 more points to Russia, thank you. 7 to Venezuela, 8 to Portugal, and to New Zealand. And the 12 to Finland, closing the gap a little bit. It is still not over, you know. Now, Elda will give 5 to New Zealand, 3 to Cabo Verde, 8 to Denmark, and to the United States. And the 12 to Yugoslavia. Krishna will give 5 to Luxembourg, 6 to Italy, 8 to Portugal, 10 points to Yugoslavia, and 12 points to Russia. Luis, let's see his votes. Portugal with a 6, Cabo Verde with a 7, Yugoslavia with an 8. I will not repeat this joke again. You've already heard it. 10 to South Korea, back into fourth. It goes, and 12 to Finland. Only 20 points separate Finland and Portugal, and that is confirmed to be either one of them will win at most. Tigressa with 5 to New Zealand, 8 to Russia. Well, thank you. 10 to Suriname, tied for last now, and the 12 to Portugal. So Portugal is now, what, 32 points in the lead. So it is basically, well, it is Portugal, yeah, cannot win anymore, I think. Bahrain with an 8. 10 points to the Faroes and 12 to Portugal. Yeah, now Finland cannot win anymore. Yet. Jimis will give 1 to Finland, 8 to Poland. Yeah, now they can't win. 10 to Russia, putting Russia third. And the 12 to Portugal. Now Finland really cannot win. But let's see the final 3 votes anyway. Although I'm happy to end it here. Jakob, 7 to Finland, 4 to New Zealand, 8 to Hong Kong, 10 to Switzerland. Will yellow reach 100 points? 12 to Portugal. Mary is laying back and enjoying the pleasant sounds of something. I really need to fix this. 8 to New Zealand from Mary. 10 to Bahrain. And 12 to Cabo Verde. Yellow are on 100 points. And now Zuna will give 5 points to New Zealand, 8 to Portugal, 10 to Sweden, putting it on the left side, unless 12 points to the Faroes. So yes, Sweden will finish on the left side. And Switzerland will just barely miss out on the left side with one last vote. And yes, it is confirmed that Portugal is the winner. So Finland second. I mean, we have 2 GTS in the bottom 2. Okay, now let's go to the results of the semifinals. And I mean, first we will start with the repechage. With 182 points in 7th, qualifying over Argentina or the United States. With 188 points in 6th was Switzerland, who did not place anywhere near as low the repechage. 1 point ahead of them, we had Poland. Then, with 198 points in 4th, we had Sweden. And with 205 points in 3rd was Bahrain. With 222 points was Luxembourg. And the winner were the Faroes. So this is a show win for the Faroes. And now let's go to the semifinals, shall we? The first semifinal where we qualified 3 out of 4 repechagists. Well, I mean, random. It's 9th in the final. It was the highest of the repechage in the final, so, you know. Okay, let's see. By 2 points qualifying, just barely qualifying for the repechage was Poland. It qualified by 2 points and then did place 31st in the final. You know, better than some GTFs. Now, with 166 points in 8th was Antigua and Barbuda. In 7th was Luxembourg. And in 6th were the Faroes. Then, with 244 points in 5th, we had New Zealand, which placed 5th in the semi-final and then 4th in the final. Yeah. This is 1987, by the way. This happened like what? I don't know, a lot. Okay, also with 244 points, tied for 4th was Suriname. Well, I mean, tied. It got points from more voters. Now, with 262 points, we had Hong Kong. With 279 points was Brazil in second. And with 324 points, Finland was first. Yeah, this is semi-final 1. Yeah, New Zealand had a lot of people who really loved it. Now, semi-final 2. Let's see. Qualifying by a tie break was Uruguay. Then 153 points, Lithuania. 155 points in 7th was Czechoslovakia. And 178 points in sixth was Argentina. Now, 205 points, massive jump. Absolutely massive jump. Yeah, all of these didn't qualify from the repechage. And you can see why, because it is a massive jump to fifth. Monaco, 234 points in fourth. Singapore, fourth. Then, with 239 points, we had Italy in third. With 261 points in second, we had Denmark. And with 285 points, the Netherlands won the semifinal. And now, semifinal three. With 148 points in ninth place, we had Norway. Then with 162 points in eighth was Chile. Yeah, semifinal two turned out to be very weak results wise. I mean, what? Netherlands placed 10th, and that is the highest result from semi two, right? Yes, I think it was. Yeah, it is. Anyway, seventh place in semifinal three with 181 points, we had Belgium, and with 186 points in sixth was Israel. Then, again, my massive jump. This should explain to you why, well, the non-qualification of most of these songs. Well, not most, all of these songs. All these also include, yes. Now, Mali was in fifth in semifinal three. Then Estonia was fourth. Russia was third, while Taiwan was second. And the winner was obviously Portugal. And look at the points lead. Look at this lead. 104 points. I actually think that this is the. Look, Russia got 10 points and Portugal got 13, 10 12s, and Russia and Portugal got 13 12s. The 12s were really concentrated. Yeah, Taiwan only 3 12s, but people did consistently enjoy it. Okay, and semifinal four now. We qualified all of these 9 songs in the end. So, and look at this jump. While other semifinals were very borderline, this had a very clear top 9. Switzerland was ninth. It did not place the lowest of the semifinal. Then with 181 points, Bahrain was eighth. And with 187 points, the United States were seventh. And with 203 points, Sweden was sixth. Then, with 219 points in fifth, we had Greece. With 220 points in fourth, we had South Korea. And with 223, yeah, South Korea placed fourth, but it was like leading the final for a little bit. Cabo Verde, third in the semifinal, like only third, but it placed third in the semifinal and third in the final. Latvia was above it. Latvia was second. Latvia was above Cabo Verde. Yeah, and Venezuela won by a tiebreaker, admittedly. By the tiebreaker for the number of 12s because it got 39 voters as well. Yeah, I mean, this is very based. Very, 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 very based winner. Yeah, well, this concludes the all the results reveal of World Stage 1987, and yeah, see you in 1988. Goodbye, everyone.